Still working on the fine tuning of the gable and the roof transition between the two. I still have to put a soffit here, 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 and there. So I think what I'll do is an extrusion. So architecture, component, model in place. We'll still make it part of the roof. And I'm going to do an extrusion. Have to pick a plane. So let's pick this guy again as our plane. And now Revit's ready to let me draw in my extrusion. So I want to draw a line, but I want the offset to be a 1/2 inch, 0.5 inches, because this will be the bottom of my, actually, let's grab some lines and still do that 1/2 inch offset. So you can see the 1/2 inches on that side, which is what I want. And I'll come over here, come down 1/2 inch off of here. That's the outside face. Might be 2 of those, what Revit was telling me, so I can clean this up and clean that up. And this has to come back a 1/2 inch too. So I'm going to pick a line with a 1/2 inch offset and come back from here. Then I'm going to do another 1/2 inch offset because that's the thickness of the material. I'll have to clean that up. I don't know what happened here. I don't like that. Whatever it was, I must have picked the wrong line. So I'll grab that one. And then I picked the wrong line. I picked the right line, but I put it on the wrong side. So let's clean that back up and go back and pick our line again. And I have to put the 1/2 inch in again up here. Okay. And I'm going to be a little more careful this time, making sure that I grab the correct line and that I offset to the proper side. And what I'm doing now is I'm simply drawing the profile of the extrusion. Yeah, that comes across like that. And then I want to offset here and here. So let's start cleaning it up. So I know this guy's going to clean up with that. You can start to see the shape of the extrusion. I'm drawing the outline of the extrusion. We'll have to give it a depth. Come back over here and see if that's cleaned up. That looks good. Come back down here and see if that's cleaned up. Things look fairly good here. Very quickly. And now I need to draw a line, make sure there's a 0 offset here. I'm going to draw, you know what? The fascia board covers that. So I'll clean this up. This will be the end of the soffit. I won't have that over there either. I'll clean it up right here. And click on that and delete it. And so now that's the profile, and I have to give it some depth now. And I can leave it at 1010 for now and then go and fix it. And I think that's what I'll do. That's pretty extreme. So it's 20 feet deep. It projects 10 feet from the face of this rake board, and then it projects 10 feet to the inside of the house. So I know that's pretty extreme, but I'll leave it like that to just show you a quick little technique here. So we'll say, okay, what's the material? It's still plywood, so let's go change the material. PLY. Plywood sheathing, say okay to that, and then say okay to that. Now let's take a look at this section, and that'll show what we just did. And there it is. Now I can grab this guy and just drag him back to the inside face of the rake board. That looks good. And then this guy is going to go where? Well, it's going to go to the Well, let's just, normally it would go back into there. So I'm going to take it to there. We don't have this wall drawn correctly anymore because that siding, where this profile is, there wouldn't be any siding. So the soffit would actually go right up to the rigid insulation. So I'm going to put it there. And so you can see now, there it is. I've placed it across the bottom here, all the way up and then back down, down and down. So now we have our soffit underneath our rake board. And I did that by making an extrusion. Wasn't that difficult. And so here's a rendering of what I was just doing in terms of putting in the soffit around the rake board. We already put this soffit in before, and now we have the soffit around the rake board. And another great value, as I've mentioned many, many times, is of the renderings, is that we see that there are some, Revit's doing exactly what I've told it to do, but I need to consider now, is this brick too high? And I think it is. So I think that's at the bottom. So I have to change this particular wall to have the bond area be the bond with siding on it, not the one with brick on it. So I have a brick bond, which is around the base of the house. But I think I also put the brick bond here as well for some reason, and I'll have to go back and fix that as well.